Catarina with Cocos-BCX. How are you today?
Great. Yeah, it's awesome to be here. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. This is amazing. This is my first time actually here at E3, so I am blown away.
For me.
Yeah, I can't believe I have missed this every other time, but this is amazing. Glad to be here with you. So tell us, give us first the elevator pitch. What is Cocos-BCX? What do you do?
So first of all, let's talk about Cocos. Cocos is the #1 world open source game engine and also the #1 game engine for mobile games. And now we are expanding our product spectrum into blockchain by building this platform called Cocos-BCX. That's Cocos Blockchain Expedition in full name.
So BCX stands for?
Cocos Blockchain Expedition.
That's the BCX part.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay, Blockchain Expedition. I love it. And when did the company start? When were you founded?
The game engine part, actually we started a decade ago. So the Cocos engine was founded 11 years ago in Cocos, Argentina. And then later on, our team in China developed the second version, which becoming the most popular commercial version game engine for mobile games. So most of the mobile game manufacturers like Samsung, Huawei, Vivo, Oppo, or Baidu, all these manufacturers are using the runtime framework provided by Cocos game engine. And also worldwide, over like 50% of the mobile games are developed based on Cocos. Yeah.
Really?
That's right.
That's impressive.
And for the blockchain part, we started by the end of 2017. Yeah, for building the Cocos-BCX.
Got it. Okay, so you already have a lot of really well-established partnerships in place, and now you've launched the blockchain portion of your platform.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and I saw that you also have a partnership with Binance Labs. What are you doing there?
Yes, we have strategic investors such as Binance Labs, Neo Global Capital, and 500 startups, and many others. Yeah.
Wow, impressive. And it seems like, from what I was looking at before, you have a really impressive team as well. So any other team members you want to highlight and talk about? Any of your friends on the board?
Yeah, absolutely worthwhile to mention them, though they are not able to be here. So the team in overall have extensive experience in both gaming and blockchain. So the both co-founders, they are very famous entrepreneurs in China. So Chen Haozhi himself is the co-founder of Cocos game engine. Yeah, and also we have separate entities as a TrueCon Technology with one of the major gaming publishers in China.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. So, let me ask you a personal question. Are you yourself invested in blockchain tech or crypto itself? Do you own any Bitcoin?
Well, I do. I started crypto investment several years ago. Not the earliest, but I definitely get very much all into crypto space. And besides Bitcoin, I think that is a very fantastic invention from Satoshi. He created the idea for the cryptocurrency based on blockchain. While right now, there are also other cryptocurrencies that are trying to find the use cases for the blockchain technology in real life. So Cocos-BCX project, we are one of these projects right now that trying to search for the real adoption here. And I also believe that the gaming, it will be the first and the foremost user-facing applications built on blockchain. Yeah.
Right, for sure. I mean, this industry is definitely ripe, a lot more than others to adopt blockchain technology. The simplest being in-game rewards, being crypto tokenized assets.
That's right.
You know, there's a lot of benefits, fraud prevention, right? You know exactly what your provenance. If it's a digital asset, you know exactly where it was created and who and how. You can see the entire supply chain of that item, right? So it's not going to be something where previously, I know Esmeralda, she'll be here later, my beautiful wife, she got frauded one time in World of Warcraft many years ago. It was probably 15 years ago. She sold her a player of hers, off the market, and someone reversed the PayPal transaction afterwards on her. So
exactly, I talked to many gamers, experienced professional gamers. So they all told me the same story that many years ago, like 10 years ago, there are already digital asset trading market out there.
Right.
That's
the gray
right.
market.
So the 130 billion US dollar worth gaming market, they are very well familiar with game asset trading already. So that is so natively fit with blockchain and crypto.
Yeah, absolutely. And we did the DGA Summit, just down the street the other night on Monday. I know Wax and Opskins were in the house. They do a lot of digital asset. They have a platform for that, Adapt. Do you see any competition with the platforms like that, or do you think that you're doing something completely different where it's all kind of in the same ecosystem synergistically?
To be very honest, I think so far we are still at a very early stage for blockchain gaming,
Right.
and there's definitely no competition out there. So all of us, we are trying to bring the blockchain technology to mass adoption by building game applications on top. And our goal not only to build a blockchain platform for Cocos-BCX, we also try to connect all other blockchain platforms. So right now we have built cross-chain solutions for both fungible and non-fungible tokens, and integrated with Ethereum, EOS, Tron, Neo, Ontology, and a couple of others public blockchains. Yeah. The goal is to aggregate the user bases for all these platforms, so that will provide enough audience and gamers for all the future game applications coming into blockchain.
Oh, that's amazing. So one really interesting thing that I learned about on Monday with you was the randomness solution. Can you tell us a little bit about that? Because that's something that seems new. I don't think anyone's doing that yet.
That's right.
Yeah, on-chain trustable randomness. They're clapping for you.
The on-chain trustable randomness, this is a very unique technical solution we provided on our platform. So this actually is one of the very critical elements needed for all the game application building. For example, for the lucky draw in games, we put all this lucky draw on the blockchain by operating through the smart contract. This is the solution we provided through the on-chain trustable randomness. And we have provided 3 kind of solutions for on-chain trustable randomness. So in this way, there can be full visibility and full transparency for all these data and logics and the game performances on-chain. And there will provide no chances for cheating. Not even for the block producers. Even the block producers, we prevented them from cheating on-chain. Yeah.
Okay. Justin Wu, did you have a question? Oh. There's a clicker for you. I wasn't aware that the screen was visible out there. So we are not, I guess the presentation, yeah, I guess they can see it on the screen, but we're not going through it, so. Yeah, we were just kind of riffing off, having fun up here. But yeah, so if you want to backstep a little bit and talk about the beginning of your presentation, that would be fine too, because we might have skipped over some of that.
Okay, so here we have some few slides, give a brief idea of Cocos game engine as mentioned. So right now in China, we are #1, of course, and also in Asia. So in market share in China is 45% for the mobile games, and for instant games, we are having a market share of 53%. And globally, our market share is #2. And we are supporting 1.3 million developers worldwide. And on this slide, you can see there are the long-term partnerships that we are collaborating throughout the years, including the major platforms, international developers, and also educational organizations.
Yeah, these partnerships are pretty substantial.
That's right. There are a lot of well-known and reputable branding names out there. So I guess you will find most of them here on the exhibition.
Of course, yeah. Tencent was one of the first ones I saw when I walked in the door. Google, a couple of us know who they are.
Yes,
Yeah.
and Facebook.
Small company.
Yeah, Facebook, Instant Games, they are using the framework provided by Cocos.
Speaking of that, what do you think about Facebook's new blockchain solution they're trying to roll out, or USD kind of stable coin? Thoughts on that?
That's definitely very useful, yeah, because the cryptocurrency and stable coins, they will be utilized in a large scale within the gaming. And I think that'll be very easier for Facebook if they want to connect into the blockchain games in future on their platform.
Yeah, I think it'll definitely make it easy. I know a lot of crypto and blockchain purists are totally against Facebook having their own currency and getting in the game, but you know, that's the world we live in, I guess.
Yes, and also I think they don't want to miss out the opportunities.
Sure.
I can give you an example in China, like a WeChat. WeChat can be considered as a competitor of Facebook and other social media platforms.
Sure,
in
yeah,
the
I use
States,
WeChat,
right?
yep.
So WeChat right now, they launched the first blockchain concept game a couple of weeks ago. And
really?
the game was released after 4 days of the release. It hit top 5 in the App Store.
Wow.
And it attracted over 100,000 users in China for the single game, and that is the amount of the total crypto community in China, I think.
That's huge, yeah.
Just within 4 days.
Wow.
Within 4 days.
And what does the game do exactly?
The game is called Let's Catch the Demos, and it's like a combination of a Pokemon Go plus CryptoKitties.
Okay.
So they developed the game based on the traditional way and adding the crypto asset as a separate and external part, But that part is based on private chain, and I'm really looking forward in future how all these, the major CPs trying to adopt the blockchain technology not only on the private chain, but most importantly on the public chains. But that is the real fascinating part of blockchain technology.
Sure.
It can enable an open economy, based on blockchain.
Of course, yeah. It's a beautiful thing. Okay, anything else you want to touch on here? There we go. Blockchain games in 2018.
Yeah, so these are the figures here for 3 platforms, Ethereum, EOS, and Tron. Altogether, they contributed 5 billion USD for their in-game apps trading, on blockchain. And that amount actually is 100 times of the traditional gaming in the scale. Because in traditional gaming, for example, in China, we have like a $2 billion US market in China for the mobile games.
Right.
But the volume for the in-game trading is very small, comparatively small.
And why do you think that is?
No, comparing to the blockchain trading is relatively small.
Right.
And we see the figures here. This is for the blockchain props trading, and the total in-game payment on these platforms is only 500 million US.
Right.
Yeah, so that's exactly the opposite situation comparing to the traditional gaming. So that's why we foresee that in future for the props trading platform on gaming, there will be mega size platforms that can be super much bigger than eBay or Alibaba, Taobao in the traditional e-commerce field. Yeah. And also, we see the figures here for first quarter 2019. The props trading in total on Ethereum, EOS, and Tron reached 2.8 billion US, and that is 10 times of the same period last year. 10 times, just within 1 year. Okay.
Wow, impressive. All right, next gen, Cocos-BCX. Don't skip over that. Tell them why you're next gen.
That's right. That's our vision, to build the next generation digital game economy, because we believe that the blockchain technology can disrupt exactly the game economy. So we believe that by having the blockchain technology integrated with gaming, it can help to align the value proposition of both gamers, players, and publishers. Yeah, so everyone can get profit out of that. There's no competition among the
Everyone
three
has
parties.
alignment, right?
Everyone is collaborating together. Yeah,
that's a beautiful thing.
Beautiful.
That'll make it a lot more scalable, right?
That's right.
We did talk about your team a little bit.
That's right.
Yep.
And here are the investors.
Strategic investors.
And this is a brief design, technical design of the platform. So we have 3 parts. One is the game engine, and the second is the visual IDE, and the third part is the Cocos chain. So all these parts together becoming the Cocos-BCX platform. So it's a full stack development platform. And on top of that, we also provide a full set of development tools, including multiple language SDKs. So right now, we just released the JS SDK and Android and iOS SDKs. It's open source. So developers, you are welcome to check out in GitHubs. And also, we already launched the Explorers and wallets, 4 kinds of wallets, including the desktop for Mac and Windows, and a mobile wallet for Android and iOS, as well as Chrome extension wallet. Yeah, so it's all open source right now.
Just quick question for you. Right now in your platform, where are most of your users? Are they mobile? Are they desktop?
I think this is really depends on the development habit and also user habit in different regions. Like for example, in China, Japan, and Korea, these countries people are used to the mobile games very much because people travel every day on public transportations and they play with a mobile phone every day. And in the US and European countries, I think the PC games is more popular, right? The web games. So all these games right now on different platforms, they can utilize the wallets we provided. So game developers, you don't need to have the hectare to build all the tools by yourself. You just need to use the traditional way you are doing for your gaming and then integrate with the tools we already provided open source, and you can easily deploy your games on multiple blockchains.
That's beautiful. That's amazing. Thank you.
And also we have launched several sample games on our blockchain, and two of them are already open source. One is a Cocos shooting, the other one is a dice game. So I welcome everybody here, try out the games on our platform.
You have a dice game?
That's right.
Yeah, that's always like the first test of a good blockchain, right?
Do you know what is the
Satoshi dice?
Do you know what is the first application on Apple One, the mobile phone Apple One?
A dice game?
It's a game application for sure. It's a slot machine game.
A slot machine, okay. Yeah, it's always a gambling. That's always the first application of anything to test it out.
I think it's normal. It takes step by step. Okay.
Sure.
So right now we see there are more and more good content of great varieties coming to blockchain, like VR games, AR games, artificial intelligence, or location-based games. A lot of varieties. I'm really looking forward to the future.
Yeah, I think Fred Krueger from Link's EOS wallet on the panel the other night was saying that Tron has a dice game where you're playing another person, so either you're losing or they're losing, so it makes it even more competitive versus just playing the engine, you're playing another human being. So it makes it more competitive, and I think it's one of the biggest games, one of the biggest like DApp games on Tron right now.
I believe there will be even bigger games in future, the massive players online games.
PvP is huge,
yeah. MMO games.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Those are coming.
That's the testnet we just launched last week. Gan
Testnet?
Rinpoche.
Hold on.
The name is Gan Rinpoche. It's the name of one of the holy mountains in China. See, we named our versions of our chains after these holy mountains.
The mountains,
because,
wow.
Yeah, it implies a very mysterious and adventurous journey of blockchain development.
You also have a lot of big pyramids people don't know about that are covered in trees in China.
You're talking about the
mountain-sized pyramids.
Mountain-sized?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, this is one of the 8 holy mountains.
Okay.
It's called Gan Rinpoche.
Wow. Okay. I like the story.
Beautiful,
Backstory is
beautiful.
important. All right. So let's talk about the roadmap here. So this is the product status. You just launched the testnet.
I just mentioned about it. We launched our testnet. We launched the Explorer, wallets, IDEs, and also pilot games, SDKs, etc. Yeah, I think it's already a fully completed set, and developers can already use all these to build content on top of platform. And also we build SDKs for other platforms such as Ethereum Loom Network, EOS, Tron, and many other public chains. So all these developers on all these different blockchain platforms, they can use Cocos Creator, our engine, to deploy their games onto the interested blockchains.
We're doing a hackathon next month. We're doing a lot more hackathons this year under the globalhackathon.com. It's something we launched. We would love to set up a game challenge. So if you're up for it, Cocos can put up a challenge and put up the SDK and the testnet, open it up to our developers and see if somebody wants to build something.
Sure, we're happy to talk about that. Yeah,
okay, great.
Yeah.
All right. Pilot games. Okay, so the mainnet.
Next step, we're going to launch mainnet in the third quarter this year, and we start to build our ecosystems. So we invite all the developers to talk with us. No matter you're building the game applications or you're building wallets or public chains, we always can find synergies to work together. Yeah. Of course. And also we will provide support to developers. We have the developer incentive plans and also the bounty programs already launched. So everybody, as long as you can contribute to the Cocos ecosystem, you will get the reward in terms of tokens, Cocos tokens. And here it mentioned the non-fungible token standard created by Cocos. It's called 1808. This is too technical. I I'm not sure if we should go into details.
Not too deep, but
just to
touch
make
on
it simple, that NFT is so important for gaming.
Sure.
All these games out there for the game asset, if one day they want to migrate on-chain, they will need to use the NFT token standard. And we did a lot of unique research and development to create multiple solutions that with this set of standard and specifications, the game developers, they can create more business models such as leasing, lending, collateralization for all these game assets on the public chains.
Of course, yeah, it's very important. We touched on that the other night. Basically non-fungible, meaning that each identifier is unique, cannot be traded exactly for another one. So it's it's like a DNA for the item.
Yeah, and the beautiful thing about this 1808 standard, it has unique features that allows cross-game transfers. So for game A, if you have an asset of a pilot, and then you can transfer to game B in becoming like a soldier or hero character, whatever.
Yep.
Yeah. And also, we ensure better security and privacy for all these NFT tokens. And this is another unique feature for the NFT 1808. It enables the combination of multiple public chain, multiple NFT standards to coming into one big piece of NFT. So the users, they can do match and mix together by themselves using all this 1808 standard. This will be very important and useful. Take an example. For example, in a game, there is a hero character, and the hero, he can have a horse, he can have a treasure box, he have a sword. So each piece of these can be a unique NFT. And then the user can combine all these pieces together and becoming the big NFT that is a hero character.
So bundling them together,
exactly.
And you could do one transaction.
Exactly. You can trade this big piece of NFT, the hero, with other users.
Atomic swap them and smash them through all blockchains.
Yeah, you explain better than I do. The cross-chain solution, as just mentioned, we implemented already for Ethereum and EOS. So from Ethereum to Cocos, Cocos back to Ethereum, from EOS to Cocos, Cocos back to EOS. This is already realized for both fungible and non-fungible. We are the only one and the first one providing the solution for non-fungible token cross-chain transfer.
It's impressive.
Yeah.
All right, we definitely want to build something with that.
Trustable randomness on-chain, we already
we talked about that, yes.
Yeah, and many other unique features. And here are some important links. So we welcome everybody, no matter you are gamers or developers, to check it out. And check out the pilot games on the testnet and the code base in our GitHub if you want to try to build something on Cocos-BCX.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And we're going to give away some shirts really quick here. BMA and CoinState, don't go anywhere just yet because we want to ask people how to follow. In the meantime, how do people follow Cocos-BCX on social media?
Yeah,
Twitter.
we have the Twitter handle here. It's Cocos-BCX.
Website.
Very easy to find. Website, we have released the updated white papers.
Yep.
And also welcome to join our Telegram. It's Cocos-BCX. Yeah, you can search it. Easy to find. Our team in China, they are one of the top game developer teams. So they have created the hitting titles in China. And that is the record high. Nobody has ever break the record so far. And we do incubate some of the games. For example, we have incubated a snake game that is like a classic Slicer on blockchain. Slicer game, you know Slicer?
Yep.
The sneaker? Yeah. And the Slicer game on blockchain that incubated by Cocos is called Joy Snake. It is already launched on EOS and also on other couple of blockchains we are working with, like Tron Ontology. Yeah. So in future, we will deploy this game on Cocos-BCX once our mainnet is launched. And then, by then, we can show the demo how the cross-chain asset works between Cocos and EOS and multiple blockchains that this game is already deployed. Yeah, so it can be integrated all together.
Awesome. Okay, you win a shirt just for asking the question. Thank you.
But
here you go. Catch. Good catch. All right.
That is really a good question. And also I need to emphasize that it is not our goal to create the content. We create these pilot games and open source all the code base of these pilot games.
Right.
As an example, and then the developers, you can use these code to build your updated versions of your games. Okay. You can also update all the skins within the games.
Right.
Yeah. Everything is the code base is there. Yeah.
Right. So you're providing the platform and the tools and the toolkits and making it easy for them to implement the solutions on their games.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Exactly.
All right. Thank you so much. Big round of applause for Catarina here in Cocos-BCX. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Shout out to DGA Summit. Thank you, everyone, for coming.